Welcome into the Toby Foreman Show, and as always, Dan Hull here with the one and only Toby Foreman, the head coach of the Shoemaker Gray Wolves. Last week, pretty good game at Waco. The boys looked pretty good.
Yeah, there was a lot of people that got to play and that normally don't get to play, and at different positions too. So, that's always a good thing when you have, guys that you can get that experience because a lot of these guys were talking about are underclassmen. So that was a really good thing, and I did think that the kids. We started out a little slow, but man, huge goal line stand right before the end of the half. And it's the second week in a row that we've held someone and no points after they had first and goal from the 1. And so that's huge. I don't know if I've been a part of that 2 weeks in a row, but kudos to our defense because they really stepped up and really wanted that shutout, and we were able to close that thing out late in the game as well.
Yeah, sounds like that Oklahoma defense against Texas kind of stopping them at the goal line.
Yeah, I don't know if it was like that exactly, but it was something like that. Like that.
I'd have to get that in. You mentioned goal line stands. I'm gonna throw it out, baby.
You held it for 2 weeks too.
I know. I'm a good guy. But the kids are playing really well right now. They're playing like you want them to play. And health wise, how's that going?
Well, we've been, like I said, we've held a lot of people out, but we've been able to, continue to get better as a team doing that. And anytime you can do that, that's what you want. I do believe we won't be 100% this week, but if no one gets injured in this game, we should be at 100% after this game. And that's one thing that I was telling our offensive staff. We've not had our full offense together not one time, and that won't change this Friday. But like I said, as long as we come out of this game healthy, we should have everyone back and ready to roll for that following week. And so you don't like to look ahead, but when it comes to strategically, like the other day, I had 2 guys that were dressed out, went through pregame, and I told them, look, if we don't have any problems, I'm not going to play. And they were okay with that. I mean, I don't know if they were okay with it, but they understood the big picture. The big picture is, you've got to be healthy at 100% when we do need you, and we did not need them against Waco. It looked like we might, like I said, had they have scored right before the half, I do believe I probably would have pulled the trigger and got those 2 guys in the game early second half. But fate would have it that didn't happen, and I think that was best for them overall.
Well, of course, you got to get ready because you got another tough opponent, the Yellow Jackets from Cleburne. But I want to tell you right now, we have secured next Tuesday night. Raising Cane's 195. It's going to be Foreman, Sadler, and Hull on the show. That's live from Raising Cane's. I have secured both personalities to be on the show, and so that'll be fun. And we want everybody to come out for that broadcast next Tuesday night. Let's get back to the pregame show, talking about those Yellow Jackets.
That sounds good. So Cleburne is a well-coached team, and they play really hard. On offense, they're led by their running back, Jagan Wells, number 7, senior running back, gave us problems last year. Really, really, really tough kid. Also, number 10, CJ Kinsley, sophomore. He was all district as a corner last year. He plays both ways. He's a wide receiver. And number 4, Jaden Reed, number 12. He plays both ways. So they got the 2-way thing going with those guys, and because they're playmakers. On defense. By far, they're led by number 34 defensive end, Xavier Aguilar, and number 55 nose guard Jesse Ramirez. Those 2 guys anchor the defensive front, and they do an outstanding job. They give you problems. You almost have to double team them both. You got twin brother linebackers in Marcus and Eric Juarez, and they'll fly the ball and do a good job as well, along with strong safety Brian Nunez. He's a senior. He played well against us last year. So, we're looking forward to the challenge. We know these guys are going to come out fired up and ready to play. They were in the same stadium 2 weeks ago and beat, Ellison on the last play of the game. And so they're going to expect to come down here and get another win in K-Town, and we can't allow that to happen.
No way. Now, how are the boys looking offensively and defensively? Everybody going to be in the game?
Well, this week it's going to be. There's a couple question marks on. Literally, I'm not releasing NFL injuries or anything, but there's going to be some game time decisions, literally, and they're going to be at key positions. But either way, even if those guys are not available to us, what will happen is we expect the backups to do what their job is. And so like I said, we did have a couple injuries the other day, nothing major. But you want to be safe rather than sorry, because you get somebody hurt this time of the year where you have the opportunity to clinch a playoff spot, on down the road, and you want to make sure those guys are available to you. And so we don't overlook anybody. We know Cleburne's going to come out and play hard. It was a 2-score game with them in Red Oak at halftime the other day, and it was very similar with them and I want to say Midlothian or Lake Belton early in the year. So they really do play hard, man. They'll fight. You can't look at their record. I know they've only won 2 games, but they don't play like a 2-win team. They play like a team that's hungry. They play like a team that's playing for a playoff spot, and they play like a team that's planning on coming down here 2.5-hour drive and beating the Shoemaker Grey Wolves, and we can't allow that to happen.
Nope, no way, buddy. No way. And you're not looking ahead one game at a time. I love that. That's your mentality. It's like it's always been for the longest tenured coach in KISD at this point, Toby Foreman.
Yeah,
you've always been.
Hopefully, I continue that for at least the remainder of the season.
Well, as long as you keep me off the sidelines, I think we're okay.
Yeah, that's right.
You're out of the way.
Troublemaker.
Yeah, that's it. But these kids, I tell you what, I walk through and all the kids are hollering at me and saying things to me. I really appreciate your kids and your JV. I'm looking at the wall over here. I was looking at your schedule for A team, B team, 9th grade, JV. You're playing 3 or 4 different teams.
Yeah, we're playing. This week we got Cleburne,
Vandergrift.
We got Vandergrift. That's it this week. But yeah, next week it'll be. I want to say we play Georgetown, and
you're having to go out and find these.
Yeah,
games.
It's hard to find the games this time of the year. There's not. Oh, we're playing Harker Heights one game, and then we play Georgetown with another team. So. And then we'll have our regular opponent next week, which is Killeen High. So it's all over the place. Kudos to the bus people who hook us up and the people downtown that approve the meals, because this is like last minute stuff. I can't tell you how many coaches have canceled on our B teams late. I'm talking about super late, and we're having to scramble. Also, kudos to Coach Humble because he keeps playing us on the sub varsity. And so we want our kids to play. They practice hard all week, and they should play just like everybody else. They shouldn't be punished because other teams don't have B teams. But We're excited about the number we have. We still have 211 kids in the program, and that's a huge deal right there, man.
Yeah, and we talked last week about how the grades were so good too, 97%.
Yeah.
So everything's going the right direction. Just need to put points on the board, keep their points off the board. That's how it works. If you didn't know,
I'm not an expert in math, but I told our defense coordinator, if they don't score a point, then they definitely can't win the game.
That's right.
If we just do that, we keep getting in the last 3 games, district ball games against Red Oak, against Ellison, and against Waco, we've allowed 24 total points.
Wow.
So 8 points a game. And anytime you're doing that, we're going to have success.
And you put up like 120 or 130.
We put up, I don't know what it is, but the defense is the main thing. Defense is one that wins your championships, and we've got to continue that and continue to get better. I mean, Coach Locks and those guys have really come together well on the defensive side, and they've gelled, and you can tell. Defensively, we have not had a lot of injuries, and you can tell that as well. Most of the injuries have been on the offensive side of the ball, and so look out if we ever get everybody healthy, because I do believe this is a really, really, really good team. I just hadn't been able to prove it yet, but get me all my guys, and you'll be able to see a little bit different, Shoemaker Grey Wolf football team.
Well, we'll see you out at Searles Stadium Friday night, 7 o'clock kickoff.
Thanks, Dan, and as always, go Grey Wolves.
You are watching I-14 Sports Network.